Hey everybody, welcome to this video. Some of you have been waiting for this for the better part of a year, and for those of you who are newer or who don't know what the hell I'm talking about, please stick around, you'll find out soon enough. Before I get there though, I feel that I owe a few of you, if not everybody, an explanation, or at least some sort of justification for why I did this, and especially why I let it go as far as it did. I'm going to try to do that by showing you the earlier stages of this series, the videos that I've made before, and try to explain my process behind them. I'll then show you the footage from that fateful day, and we'll tie things up with a resurrected fighter flipper. So this all started on July 4th, 2020. I was at a friend's house. We were launching fireworks for the holiday, and I had my fighter flipper in my pocket, and it was kind of like a what the hell moment. And I took my knife out, and I put it on the platform we were launching stuff off of, and I just kind of put it there and put some firecrackers on the pivot. It wasn't this knife, but I put them on the pivot there and lit them and ran. The residue that remained, to be honest, it came off with relative ease. There was no damage to the knife. Nothing happened. It was just some firecrackers. But it was just kind of like just me being stupid moment. A little while later, though, was the beach scene. Now, this was kind of a combination of like a what the hell moment, and also maybe some like beginner scratch resistance testing. I wasn't trying to like fill it with sand and see if it would still function. To be fair though, it did. All I had to do to clean it out was rinse it off in the sink. But, I was trying to test the finishes. I wanted to see how they'd hold up against that kind of, grit. So, I'm kicking it around in the sand and trying to scratch it up to no avail. The coating and the blade itself, they all just held up great. A bit after that, I thought, I kind of want to do some, like an actual, like, test. No more like, no more, let's just see what happens. No, I wanted to actually test the coating. And so I was like, well, I want to run it over with something. I thought about doing it with a forklift on concrete, and after quickly realizing that would completely destroy the knife, I decided against it and opted for my Jeep on my gravel driveway. So I did that, and the marks on the handle were honestly what I expected. I thought, it's going to be all scratched up and banged up, and that's okay, because I'm doing this I'm testing this. And what's not in the video though is after I stopped filming that. I put it in my pocket, and then like a minute later, I wanted to see the marks again. So I took it out of my pocket, but they were gone. They had just wiped off from taking it, putting it in and out of my pocket. So that told me that the Armalube coating is incredibly tough. Greg talks at length about it in a couple of his videos, like when they went from PVD to Armalube, and it's so strong. I see on the Facebook groups, people are asking about how the coatings hold up. They are strong as nails. They are so tough. That brings us though to September 12th, 2020. It was a fateful day in Wisconsin. This was a combination of a joke, a little bit of marketing, and a serious durability test. When I posted the rollover video, someone had commented on it, kind of tongue-in-cheek, like, well, you've only got one more thing left to do to it. You got to shoot it. So that, in conjunction with Greg's thing, like on the shirt and the patch, like, don't bring a gun to a knife fight. I started thinking about it, and I was like, well, the coating survived, some minor explosives. It survived the grit and grind of the sand. It survived the gravel and the running over of a vehicle. I wonder if it could take a bullet. And it was a serious thought. It wasn't like a what the hell moment again, like with the fireworks, but So I started thinking about how to do that. The original plan was going to be to hit it on the handle broadside in a spot that would hopefully minimize damage. And we were going to film it with a phantom camera, like 50,000 frames a second, like bullet time, like, you know, super slow, be able to see it. It was going to be this really cool and awesome spectacle. Long story short, the phantom thing didn't happen. It was just too time and cost prohibitive. We ended up just doing it with iPhones. Leading up to it, though, it was me and my buddy Luke and Jake Smith, the Medford guy. Leading up to, like, we were gonna go to Jake's showroom and hang out with him for the day, which we did. We had lunch, we threw tomahawks, we had beers, we saw so many badass Medfords. But leading up to it, we started talking. We're like, what if we tried to split a bullet? And so that test kind of took precedence. I've mentioned this before in a Facebook post on the Aficionados group that many variables of all of this could have been changed or different that, you know, would have minimized damage, or at least we think would have done so. But nonetheless, the tests went down the way they did, and here, I'll just let you watch it.
When we first shot at it, that's because Joe's got a good shot. Oh, damn, you fucking hit it, dude. You might have split the bullet.
Oh, that bullet definitely split, but it also took your knife with
Did it? Did it split? Can you see it on both sides?
It had to have with that direct of an impact.
Here we go. Damn! That was fucked up! Damn! 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 That was fucked up!
Believe it or not, that was not my intention. To be fair, though, the tests we did were technically successful. We split a bullet, and the armor lube held up beautifully, especially considering that it got hit point blank with a 1,000-mile-per-hour projectile. It handled it amazingly well. Along with this video, I'm posting some photos of the aftermath, and so you can see what ultimately happened to the knife. After we collected all the pieces that had scattered into the woods, which was a considerable effort in and of itself, Jake sent them back to Medford, and over the past months we've been talking back and forth of, you know, about what can be done, what should be done, and the like. On a lighter note, the knife has come home. So here it is. And there she is. Old Shotty shot herself. It's been fitted with a new blade. And you can see here that it has the new satin tumbled finish. But what I especially like about this entire experience is that they were able to keep every part of the original handle. I mean, maybe new hardware, but same spacer, same pommel, same clip, same handle slabs. You can see here, that's where bullet number 2 hit. I'll try to show you here. There's no imperfections in the titanium. And as you would expect, there is a mark on the PVD coating. But again, it got hit with a bullet. Also, we took about 15 minutes to find this pommel, and it was really important that it stayed the original pommel because that little indentation there.
I'm not too worried about hitting it, considering what we're doing today.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck me. Okay, that was probably the worst possible thing I could have done. This one's fine. This one's fine. What'd I hit? Oh, damn, look at the pommel. Holy fuck. Awesome. Battle scars. It stabbed the pommel.
So I like to think that this proves the success of the coating durability test. The armor loop held up fantastically well, but about the other test, the splitting the bullet, I've got the original blade here as well. And you can see here how some of this is chipped away. Obviously the crack in the blade, that was from when we hit it broadside, but pretty sure that this means that part of the bullet went off this way. If I flip over the blade here and try not to cut myself, you can see this staining right here. We're almost certain that that means, or that we're almost certain that that's like a residue from jacketing, and that part of the bullet went off on the other side of the blade as well. So I'm very grateful to Medford for letting me keep the original blade. I'm going to be putting this in a shadow box and hanging it up in my office as a keepsake, and also as a reminder of what not to do with your knife. So that's basically the long and the short of it. I hope I've been able to explain this a little more and maybe shed some light on my thought process through all of this. I was legitimately trying to push the limits, not exceed them. And I understand more now and kind of agree with the folks that were sort of yelling at me over the past few months, like, Joe, you're a dumbass. Of course this was going to happen. But I was hopeful. And I still stand by the fact that the tests we did that day were successful. I mean, we did them wrong, but they worked. As to whether or not I would do this again, namely, bringing a gun to a knife fight, probably not. No. But you can bet your ass that I'm going to continue collecting these beautiful tools. I'm going to rebuild the fighter flipper army. I'm going to keep having adventures with Medfords. I hope you do too. Thank you. Have a good one.